Joined by some security experts that will discuss deeper into this incident as they explore its implications for national security. The ongoing challenges faced by the Nigerian government in curbing violence and the broader impact on the citizens of Abuja and the country at large. This latest incident raises important questions about the persistence of violence in certain regions and the responsive authorities. The program will try to discuss the details and potential consequences of this explosion, as well as how Nigeria can move forward in addressing such security concerns. This is Nigeria Today, and thanks for joining us. I'm Eucharia Clinton. Joining me for the conversation is Dr. Sani Aliyu. He's a Corps Commandant General, Neighborhood Enlightenment and Safety Organization, NESO. There is a counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency organization. It's good to have you in Nigeria today.
Thank you for having me on the phone. Thank you.
Also with us for this conversation is Dr. Ikechukwu Kingsley Uzoma. He's a security expert. It's good to have you in Nigeria today.
Thanks for having me.
I have two doctors in the house today. So Dr. Kingsley, the recent happening about the explosion that happened in Buhari. Now, what is your assessment of this incident in Abuja and its potential link to broader security, situation in Nigeria?
Well, in the first place, on the part of the residents of Abuja, there is a sad news, but it's just another, you might call it good news in the sense that the perpetrators are actually the victims. Okay, but the fact that they made effort to bridge into the security apparatus or Abuja in that manner cause for concern, in the sense that you see we had thought before now that we've moved away from the bombing, especially in FCT and beyond, and for me it's like an act of testing the waters. Okay, then happening at an Islamic school, so to speak, also raises some critical questions. So you cannot say, oh, these are the ones who are saying Western education is haram or something like that. So it's just that their mission is to execute that act of terror. So, in my own opinion, I think their sponsors must have used that school as an avenue to test if these individuals they assigned for that task can be able to execute. And if you are to scrutinize it very well, they should have camp within. And from information available, tracing the antecedents, how they came from in Castina and what have you, finding their way somewhere within the Buhari locality where they hibernated, their sovereign environment. Okay, and is a wake-up call to our security agencies. So far that the fact that it took place in Buhari does not mean that Bagolada end or the other end of Abuja are safe. It's a wake-up call for them to that, making those aspects. There are people who are still in the business or habit of reigniting the suicide bombing act.
Okay, and to you, Dr. Aliyu, having heard what Dr. Kingsley, has to say, if you look at the nature of the attack, the death injury included the people, the perpetrator, just like he rightly mentioned. And what does this suggest of the nature of the attack? Is it a kind of a part of a larger security threat?
Well, I think a fortnight ago I was on a television program, in one of the TV stations, and I raised a red flag regarding security breaches like this, including the train, our railway system. Because when the president is doing very good thing for the Nigerian to alleviate the suffering of the Nigerian people by declaring free trade right, it gave the the terrorists another leeway of surveying the general area of Abuja. You could see, I have traveled twice in that train, and you could see the influx of people that have nothing to do with in Abuja. They have no business in Abuja. You could see them trooping into Abuja within the period and in and out because it is just a free ride. And the security is a bit low. And so the time came to position, I tell in Nigeria, so there must be a organization that its life, all its assignment is to look at this kind of aspect of ensuring that Nigeria. You have to look at their supply chain, their network, who are the sponsors, which banks are they coming from, and all those. You understand? And then that aspect of the porosity of the border of Nigeria. We have 1,050 porous borders in Nigeria. And you come to complain to us that there are influx of arms and ammunition. Why wouldn't there be influx of ammunition? Who are the people that are manning those places? Look, the whole thing looks as a big joke. Nigeria is a country of over 200 million people, with over 900,000 square kilometers, if I'm not mistaken. Then you have total security manpower, less than 1 million. And you want security of less than 1 million to procure security for 200 million plus that are spread in over 900 and something square kilometer. And then is that not a huge joke? There must be all these lapses. It's all about intelligence gathering all through. President Muhammad Buhari made emphasis on intelligence gathering. And up to today, the collaboration that we expect from the military with the civilian population, with NGOs, paramilitary NGOs that on ground, is not there.
Okay, I'll have to stop you here so that you tell us more about the collaboration. Now, Dr. Kingsley, Dr. Ali just mentioned something about we having, we don't really have sufficient security personnel. Role, or how can we leave technology to ensure safety?
Well, technology is there to complement human effort. But before even the number of personnel we have, for me, I think even the best guys are not out there to serve Nigerians. The political elites have them of closed guards for against providing that security for the Nigerian people. That's part of the problem. So until you are able to also scrutinize that and withdraw some of these men, send them into the field, into the society, you have improved security. Then in terms of technology is also better when it's homegrown, when it's home fabricated technology. Because if you are deploying these surveillance drones and what have you, who are those responsible? Who are the manufacturers? Some of them, the moment they are selling it to you, they also have bugging devices into this technological apparatus to also be able to monitor, because some of those nations too also have some chains of terrorist group. Because if you don't have problem, you who is not producing, they will not be able to make money. So it's only when you have crisis like we have now, you can be able to come to the table to discuss. Then they have one gadget or two gadgets to sell to you, and nobody would really transfer technology to you. Some of those nations who have succeeded in that line either stole it by maybe developing a duplicate of it. Over time, they were able to mastermind and escalate something that is very unique, then working for them. But if you are dependent in terms of procurement, they would never provide the one that will help you to nip and solve that problem. Because if you solve it instantly at that moment, that will be business for them again. So it's stage by stage. They give you something that looks like it today, that performs some degree of a magic, and you come again, they will not tell you there's an advanced one you need to go. But if you look inward, you're able to master based on your environment, design
something that is peculiar and can solve your own problem. You see, technology-wise, you will get it right. And just like you rightly said, it's not about kinetics, also technology. There is a problem in the land because you have from education to food security to shelter and everything. We feel that the government is not there meeting the basic need, the essence of the creation of the state that we kill from time immemorial, from maybe state of nature that led to the we are having. The moment there is a net in any of this process, then you have it will snowball into insecurity.
Back to you, Dr. Ali. You talked earlier on about collaboration. Now, what kind of collaboration do we need in this kind of situation? Ensure we have, because at the end of the day, we're looking for how to secure our country, how the citizens can, walk freely and feel secured wherever they find themselves.
Thank you very much, Clinton. But before I go into that collaboration, I would like to thank my brother here for making an insightful submission. It is very important that we know that we are one of the most ingenious people in the world, Nigerians, in any field. We could develop our local technology. A few months ago, I remember taking a young boy who said he can develop an attacking drone for the military. I took him to the military. I don't know whether they try to exploit that position or not. But we have boys, locals that are having this technology. You could see our local boys making all sorts of flying objects, flying and coming down. We can make this thing. It's all about harnessing bringing our boys together and maybe create an agency where all these things can bring these boys and give them subventions to become creative, and then we start developing things that are very peculiar with our kind of nature and the kind of security problems we are having. And then the aspect of collaboration, it is very important. You can never win a war anywhere in the world without collaborating with the locals, with the natives. It is very important because when this whole crisis started a long time ago, I remember meeting with the top brass of the military that time, and we were talking, okay, we are going to help you people in Maiduguri by creating a civilian JTF. Joint Task Force, Civilian Joint Task Force. They say, why? Say, these are the guys that are locals that they'll be able to identify who is a Boko Haram among them. The way you go into homes, because of a boy wearing dreadlock, you just went and pull him and start beating him and say it's a Boko Haram. It's not done that way. You must be able to identify who is the Boko Haram boys among the and within the communities. And the only people that can give you that are the locals. Those boys that have gone to Islamic school together, they went to primary school together, they know the boys that are involved in Boko Haram, that they can lead you there. So we must create a working system that will collaborate with the locals and then make a name for them so that they feel that they are being patronized to, and they feel that they are giving service to their nation, and they'll be proud to do it for you. And it started with suspicion, but when the military then during Brutay, they gave it a try, and then you see, we could see the Boko Haram emancipating from the city town back to Sambisa Forest. There was no place for them again, because the people that were picking them up were the people, the boys, the locals, the natives themselves. They know them. So if we want to make any meaning, the military must know that it cannot succeed without collaborating with organizations like ours who houses these locals. For instance, NESO have over 70,000 youths, 70,000 across the nation. So why can't you tap into such current? And so that you can it's all about intelligence gathering. It's not a rocket science. If you don't have that, I say President Muhammad Buhari, being a retired military general, as a president, he said the only way out of this problem is intelligent, and intelligent. We must deploy intelligence.
Thank you very much. Well, this is where we draw the curtain on today. episode of Nigeria Today. A very big thank you to Dr. Ikechukwu Kingsley Uzoma, a security expert. Thank you so much for your time and your contribution. And also Dr. Sani Aliyu is a co-commandant general, Neighborhood Enlightenment and Safety Organization, NESO, who is a counterterrorism, counterinsurgency organization. Thank you so much for your time and your contribution. And thank you for being part of the program. Don't forget, Nigeria Today airs every weekday at 7:30 p.m. on NTA News 24. You can also check this episode and others on www.youtube.com/NTA News 24. Once again, thank you for watching. I'm your carrier, Clinton. Goodbye.
The implementation of the ruling is also dependent on or another arm of government.
Nowhere in the world will allow under digital economy for banks to be dispensing domestic currency in that economy.
What will make this one different? We want to know what they do as occupation. All of these are attributes that our questions have been designed to investigate.
In a few days to come, you see that we are all around their own crannies and everywhere in Nigeria, telling people to cooperate.
Welcome to Nigeria Today.
From the creeks of the Niger Delta to the breathtaking scenery of the plateau, in noonday and nighttime, we set out to bring to you captivating stories that evoke your emotions. For fascinating documentaries and reports of day-to-day issues with expert analysis, tune in to NTA News 24, DSTV Channel 419, GoTV Channel 26, StarTimes Channel 101 and 433, and Free TV Channel 703. This is the network service of the NTA.
Different things to different people. What made NTA stand out for you in 2024?
Babu gidan talabijin a sannan da ke nuna abu yadda gidan talabijin na sa wa NTA ke nuna.
Kò sí ibikíbi tí ẹ wà ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí ẹ ò lè wo ilé-iṣẹ́ tẹlifíṣàn ìjọba àpapọ̀ NTA kètèkètè ní abúlé wa.
NTA Bàtàrúrò Oko Kaliwo Okokona NTA Kalisi Akali.
Information, outstanding performance, NTA Gadget.
For decades, we've towered high with sponsors as partners and viewers as peers. And as we reach 2024, we welcome you to Superlative 2025 because at NTA, you can't beat the reach. NTA say thank you.
Hey Nigeria, ready to breathe cleaner air and save money? Let's talk about gas. Drive with CNG, the smart, cost-effective choice. Fill up for less and travel further. Save money, save the planet. Switch to LPG for cooking. It's cleaner, healthier, better for the environment. Say goodbye to smoke and eye problems. Do you know Nigeria is a gas nation ranked 9th globally with over 209 trillion cubic feet of gas reserve? Gas isn't just for cooking and driving. It powers industries too. Cleaner, cheaper, and more efficient. And the best part, commercial centers are popping up. It's never been easier to switch. Join the cleaner energy revolution. Choose LPG for cooking and CNG for your vehicles. Clean energy for brighter future. This message is brought to you by the Office of the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, supported by the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA.
Nigeria is perched on a treasure trove of solid minerals. Gold, coal, tantalum, tin, but none is more critical to our future or the world's future like lithium.
Let's talk about illegal mining operations. What is our strategy?
This Saturday, Borussia Mönchengladbach. Bayern München. Watch live Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Bayern München on TV.
Sportybet sponsors coverage of the German Bundesliga.
Taoma dropping a dime on us as she and her hubby shared the video with the rest of the world of the birth of their newborn child. So Asake just doing Asake things. 2:30 BG boss Davido announcing the title of his new album. The entertainment industry in the past week has been serving us with some really hot stuff. But while celebs and your faves may be doing their own grind, men and women of the core decided it won't just be the civilians having all the fun this year end, as the military men and women from all across the continent of Africa gathered to celebrate the Africa Military Games. Now, these and a few more we have lined up for you on the show today, because after all, the name of the show is Click Light, where we serve you undiluted fun and pure entertainment.